Hey guys, welcome to Ryan's Cinema Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a different variety of movies today. The first movie I want to talk to you about is The King's Speech, starring Colin Firth. And some people might not have heard of this movie, but if you watch the news and everything lately, you'll notice this movie has been dominating the awards scene. And it's about the story of King George VI and how he overcame his stuttering problem and how it really affected his life, and how he overcame this handicap, and to where he was actually one of the biggest voices during World War II, and his countrymen looked to him for inspiration and support. And going into this movie, I knew it was going to be a good movie, but I was actually completely blown away. I've been saying that Inception was my favorite movie this year, but The King's Speech definitely knocked it out of my top spot, and I recommend that everybody go see this movie. Everybody. So if you get a free time this weekend, go see The King's Speech. And I'm also going to talk to you about a few movies that you should pick up on Blu-ray. And I've been kind of iffy about Blu-ray when it comes to classic movies, because some of those classic movies weren't made to be remastered into high definition, and so sometimes it could become really grainy, and you just might as well just keep the DVD. And so I picked a few out of my own collection that I got that it is a huge improvement if you just get them on Blu-ray when it comes to the picture. Some of them looks like they were made just last year or something, and they're awesome. And the first few I'm going to talk to you about is the Man with No Name Trilogy starring Clint Eastwood. And that includes Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And if you've seen these movies on TV, they always do a horrible job showing them. They're usually full screen, extremely grainy, and the colors are all faded out. But they really did a good thing in the past few years. They've been restoring these movies. And I used to have the special edition DVDs of the restored movies, but when they came out on Blu-ray, I had to check them out. And some people I heard, they told me not even to get them because classic movies look awful on Blu-ray. But after looking at some reviews and stuff, I decided to pick them up. And a couple of them you can't even get at a store. And luckily I found these at Target, and they only sell them at Target. You can't even find them single on Amazon or anything. You could only get them in one pack. But they really did a great job remastering these. The movie is widescreen, and if you have a widescreen TV, it doesn't matter anyways. But the picture is crystal clear. It's beautiful landscapes. The sound has been remastered to a 5.1 surround sound, and some of them even better than that. And it has all the special features. And so if you're into westerns, especially these series of westerns, which I think are the best, definitely pick these up. You could get them for, I think, like $38 on something in a combo pack on Amazon, and it has all of them together, but you can't get them individually unless you really hunt for them. And so that's a great buy. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was the Lonesome Dove Blu-ray. And this movie, pretty much other than this Blu-ray, looked awful on any release they had. It looked like straight from a VCR tape or something. And with these, they've actually remastered them completely, frame by frame, and got their aspect ratio correct. And the colors are more vivid, and it just looks like a huge improvement from any other thing that they had out. And I suggest you pick this up on Blu-ray because if you love Lonesome Dove like me, this is a treasure to have. And you could get it, I think, for like $14 at Walmart too, and it is worth every dime. So you should definitely pick this up. Another movie that I love, I'm one of my favorite movies of all time, is Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, this movie on Blu-ray is like nothing you've never seen before, because you even catch noises that you didn't see or hear in any of the other releases. And this one, you can literally walk right up to your TV and look, and you see like little people like in the little town, and on the planets and stuff. I mean, it's insane the amount that you could see on this Blu-ray. And so I recommend you just to get it on Blu-ray. There's nothing like watching a movie that takes place in space in the best definition possible. So definitely pick that up. one I had to pick up because it's just another one of my all-time favorite movies, and it's pretty much a love it or hate it classic, and that's Apocalypse Now, which, if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty straightforward and controversial movie about the Vietnam War. It's about Martin Sheen's character going down the river in Vietnam to try to find Marlon Brando's character, and he's hired to assassinate him because Marlon Brando's character went off into the woods with his little platoon and kind of went rogue and completely went insane. And so Martin Sheen goes down the river to try to find him so he could assassinate him so he doesn't cause any issues. But that's barely even the surface of this movie. It's so amazing, and watching it in the highest definition possible just adds to the atmosphere and the eeriness of the movie, and plus it has great cinematography too. And so I definitely recommend this on Blu-ray to you. And it's worth buying a Blu-ray player than this Blu-ray just to see this movie. It's amazing. And another movie that I love and I got on Blu-ray recently is Fritz Lang's Metropolis, which is a sci-fi movie that was made in 1927, and it is considered like the grandfather of all science fiction movies. Star Wars and Alien, Blade Runner, they pretty much say that they wouldn't exist if this movie hadn't existed. And it's a German movie, and it premiered in Berlin at a running time of, I think, 150 minutes. And the controversy over the storyline has to do with, it's a socialism kind of message. We have the main city on the top with all the leaders, and then you have the pit of workers below. It's like a class warfare type movie, but it's kind of like the story of Moses, delivering the Israelites out of Egypt. It's a great movie, but a lot of the people in Germany at the time, it was the beginning of the Nazi movement, and after the Berlin premiere, copies of the film was actually destroyed. And so I think the only surviving cut of this movie was like 90 minutes. And so they thought that Metropolis was never going to be the original masterpiece that it was. Until about a couple years ago, somebody in Argentina found this movie in like a garage. Like it was a copy of the original movie that was probably smuggled out by a Nazi or something way back when. But anyways, they restored it to its like epic length. It's like 150 minutes. The story makes perfect sense, and it's just a great movie, so I recommend you buy this. And the last movie I want to talk to you about is The Bridge on the River Kwai, which on Blu-ray, this, out of all the movies that I've talked about, has the best transfer over to Blu-ray. And this really looks like it was filmed yesterday with yesterday's electronics and everything like that. And they say that this is actually one of the best Blu-ray transfers of a classic movie, and it definitely shows. And if you get the Blu-ray, it comes with, different discs, special features disc, but then it comes with a booklet inside and different postcards and everything. It's just a quality purchase for you to get. I think it's like $30 at different DVD shops, but I recommend you get this. For those of you who don't know what this movie is about, it's about British POWs in the Philippines during World War II, and they're being held captive by the Japanese, and they're forced to build a bridge. A bridge that'll help all the supplies go through from one place to another, something that's really important to the enemies. And one of the characters that's building the bridge, he actually escapes. And when he finds his way back to America, because this one was American, he was actually ordered to go back and to destroy the bridge. And it's really ironic, and the storyline is awesome. It's like 4 different storylines in one. You get to know all the characters. It's just a epic movie, and this actually won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. And it's actually on AFI's, I think, top 10 list of best movies of all time. So I definitely recommend you get this. And I think that's all I have for you today. And so be sure to tune in about probably next week or so for the next Ryan Cinema Reviews video. Have a good day.